どうしたヤマト。
僕は
登録する。
いや、それは海賊王が言った言葉だ。
Car D Kaizoku.
So I haven't gotten any of my OP04 product yet, and I thought, what other way could I make videos about OP04 cards without actually having the cards in hand? So I thought, why not, let's rank each of the alt art cards in OP04 to make a tier list video for the views. I know I have them all up on the screen there, but I'm trying my hardest not to look at them. Since I'm going to be doing an unboxing video for OP04 for sure anyway, I thought this would be a good way to prep myself for the cards I'm gonna pull. I haven't decided what kind of unboxing I'll do, or rather what my box will decide for me. Probably something food related again, because at least I'll eat for sure. Yeah, let's just get started. So the first card we have is, this is the leader VV, I believe. Yeah, it looks pretty nice actually. I like the detail with all the straw hats in the background where they held up their tattoo to show solidarity to VV. I really like this, what is this, like name card area where it's half red and half blue, and that the art extends past all the borders on the edge too. That's cool. Yeah, pretty strong start. I think I'll have to give this like a S for now because I really like it. I'll rearrange them by the end if I change my mind after looking at the rest of them, but start off with an S. Wow. Right, next card is Pell. This card's not too bad. It's just that Pell's color scheme himself kind of dull because it's mostly like black and white, and I don't think this card really does anything to make it pop. I'm sure it'll look nice with the foiling, but the base art itself doesn't really wow me, so I have to judge it based on that. So this might be like a B, something in the middle. Let's take a look at our third card. It's the leader Doflamingo. Same with the VV card, it has every character that's relevant to them in the arc that they were from. In this case, it's like pretty much his entire Don Quixote Pirates family. As for Doflamingo himself, I really like the pose. It really does show you how like scary he was during Dressrosa. Because at the time he was like Luffy's strongest enemy, and it seemed like that Luffy actually even touched this guy. But spoilers, he did. But yeah, the fact that Doflamingo was so strong that Luffy needed Year 4th, a completely new form to beat him, really shows just how strong of a villain he was. So maximum points for the pose. As for the art itself, this painterly look, I don't really like it. Yeah, it's just not my preferred style. There's ways to pull this painterly look off, or not ways to pull it off, but ways to pull it off in a way that I like it, but I don't really like it here. The fur details too are kind of gross to me. They're a little too accentuated. Is that a word? And the hair is kind of like fuzzy. I don't know, it's just kind of, whole thing looks kind of gross. But he's a villain, so maybe he's supposed to look gross, but I don't like it too much. So I'm gonna have to put him maybe in the C here because I have so much negative things to say. Alright, let's go to our next card. It's Isho leader. I guess the only relevant character to Isho's arc is Sakazuki yelling at him. That's kind of mean. Getting reprimanded by your boss. And it's just him doing his pose, his cool blind guy samurai pose. I do like the color scheme. It's very dynamic, having purple and red flash like this. What else can I say? I don't know. The fact that it's just Sakazuki kind of makes this kind of boring. And he's pretty huge in the background too. He kind of takes away the focus from Isho, who's like the main, who should be the main focus of the card. And it's that weird painterly style, but Isho doesn't have any fuzzy components that make it look kind of gross, so it's not as bad here. Might have to put this in C as well. If it had a better background, I think it'd be a lot higher, but oh well. Next card is Sugar. This card is really funny. Really hilarious expression. I don't get what's with the fire though, unless I am remembering wrong what happened in the manga. Was there anything related to fire involving her? I don't know, it's been like, what, 8 years since Dressrosa, so I don't remember every detail about some of the minor characters like Sugar. But yeah, it's not in that painterly style, so I do prefer it a lot more. Or it's, how can I say it? The painterly style is more of a risky approach, and this one I would say is more safe. But because it's more safe, I do like it more. Does that make sense? I don't know. Put it in B, so I can stop talking about it and sounding dumb. Okay, next card. Diamante. Yeah, this card is more in the painterly style, but it actually looks nice here for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just how I feel. In terms of the overall art, the pose is cool. Looking over his shoulder like that and then bending backwards. The colors of the art do kind of make it look kind of washed out. It's all very pale colors. I'll have to see how it looks like in foiling, but just based off the base art, that's one thing I don't like. If it's supposed to be like a alternate art card, I feel like it should like be really in your face, or at least have something else to make up for the fact that it's very pale. Does that make sense? So I have to give Diamante probably a B as well. We'll look at the next card, Treble. The art itself looks pretty okay, but the background is really gross. This weird like puke green yellow color, snot color, which kind of fits with this theme, but I don't know. I'm sure with the foiling, this color looks a lot nicer, but without the foiling, it just looks like a card I don't want to look at. But I'm conflicted because the card itself just, there's nothing wrong with the art. Just the coloring is really messing with my decision here. But I'll have to go with my gut decision. This is a C tier. Next card is 10 cost Doflamingo. Yeah, this is, it's the painterly look, but it looks really nice here. All the fur is like not as uniform as the other Doflamingo, which is how you would expect like this kind of fur material to look like. It like juts out in random directions. Take a look at the other one. Yeah, it's all going like same way, and it just makes it look kind of like stiff and rigid. What this one looks like it's like free flowing, and then these like blue accents make it as shadows make it look really nice as well. This pose is really cool. The foreshortening of the arm, and then his weird like finger shit he does when he does his birdcage shit. Oh crap, should I have sworn in this video? Oh, too late now? Alright, it's a swearing video. What else can I say? His hair looks a lot better here. Again, I don't understand what's with all the fire stuff in all the Doflamingo cards, but in this card it looks pretty nice. It is kind of like pale, like the Diamante card, but the color contrast with this blue and pink with this red here does make it not as bad. So I think this is an S as well. I really like the art. Next card is Leader Rebecca. Same with all the other leaders. It seems like that's the theme. The background is characters related to them. But in this case, it wouldn't just be Kairos, right? Didn't she have a sister? Why is she not there? What was her name? Viola? Well, anyway, I feel like the background looks a lot better than she does. Seems like it's by the same guy who did that Doflamingo leader card, where it's like this painterly look, but this looks kind of stiff or kind of off. Yeah, I don't know. Even the anatomy kind of looks kind of off, but complaining about anatomy in One Piece is like kind of a moot point. But despite that, despite how extreme the anatomy is in One Piece, this still looks off despite that. You get what I mean? I'm gonna have to say that a lot because I'm not good at articulating myself. So just say you get what I mean so I can continue. In terms of color, Rebecca herself doesn't really stand out, even though she's supposed to be like in the forefront. She does sort of look like she blends in with the background, and her hair color is like this weird kind of reddish pink, when I think her actual character is like a baby pink or like a brighter pink than this, which is fine, but it really does kind of, what's the word, like make the card look kind of dead Rebecca card. It doesn't pop is what I'm trying to say. The sunflowers are a nice touch though. I like that. Yeah, I don't know, the details on their body, they just look kind of weird, don't they? Yeah. Background looks a lot better than the character itself, so maybe B or C? Probably C, unfortunately. We'll have to go to the next card now, and it's the Queen leader. The relevant people to Queen are Jack, Kaido, and King, which makes sense. Jack, Queen, King, Kaido. But I don't know, the Doflamingo card got like his entire family, but the Queen card only got these three for some reason. The art itself between the background and the forefront character is pretty consistent, though I feel like the background character should be a lot more like, how do you say, less noticeable, since Queen is the focus of this card. It kind of looks like they're literally standing right behind him, but I don't think that's supposed to be the case. As you can see, King's like spike hair is blended in with Kaido. For Queen's pose, he's just holding his Gatling gun, smoking a cigar. Is that indicative of his personality? I guess so. That's kind of all he did. The shading does kind of make this look kind of gross and all the fat folds, but that's his character too, so maybe that's a thing to give points for? Yeah, huh. Maybe Queen's an A? It doesn't wow me, but I can't find anything too wrong with it. Right, let's move on to the next card. Ooh, 10 cost Kaido. This is a very blue card. This is his like hybrid Zoan form, where he's like half dragon, half human still. And he's doing whatever attack. I don't remember all of Kaido's attack names. Is this Thunder Bagua? But the lightning is really cool, the impact on the ground is really cool, and he himself looks really cool. This card is just too blue, I feel. Maybe the background should have been a different color. But that seems like such a nitpicky thing to get hung up on. Yeah, shouldn't be too nitpicky. I think this is an S as well. Next card, too many tabs open. Is it this one? Yeah. Who's Who. Character Who's Who. He kind of looks like a 1980s comic book character, kinda, if you get what I mean. I don't know, he looks like Wolverine is what I'm trying to get at. This cat here in the back. Yeah, this is a different style from every other card, so I'll have to give it points for that, but the art itself, he's just clawing at the viewer, which is nothing too amazing. And then these action lines, nice touch. Maybe Who's Who's just not too interesting of a character, because despite all the good things I said about this card, I don't really like it too much. Yeah, I have to put him in B, just based off of, maybe that's just a my preference thing, but move on. We have the crocodile, purple yellow crocodile leader. We have all the Baroque Works agents in the background of this card. This art style is different from the rest too. The like line art's a lot more defined. What do I think about this card? I do like how all the Baroque Works agents are in the background. That's probably my favorite thing about this. The crocodile character himself being in front. That pose does evoke sort of like a gang boss kind of image. He's got that going for him. I don't know, maybe I'm just tired of crocodile. There's just so many freaking crocodile cards. And I know there's a lot of Luffy cards, but at least Luffy has like different forms and different clothes in all of his cards. But Crocodile has been Crocodile since the friggin' Alabasta arc, and he hasn't appeared since until like way later. Oh, is that a spoiler? Like during the Cross Guild stuff, but yeah, despite that, he literally like has the same clothes in every card, same expression, same form, like nothing's different. So honestly, I'm pretty tired of seeing Crocodile. That's gonna affect my score a bit, but I can't deny that this card is pretty clean. Yeah, because of that, maybe just an A. Next card, I can kind of see it already, it's another freaking Crocodile, after I said that there's so many goddamn Crocodile cards, and he's wearing the same clothes, and is it by the same guy with like the gross fur details that he likes to draw? Yeah, this fur looks so gross, I don't know. Maybe this is me coming off hot from disliking how many Crocodile cards there are, but I don't think I like this card. Is that fair? I don't know. This pose is okay. Background looks nice. I like the shiny effect here, and then the sand. His expression, I like it here as well. But freaking Crocodile, man. B. Alright, I'll move on to the next card before all the Crocodile fans start unsubscribing. We have Miss All Sunday, alt art character. I like the pose, showing off her power, her double fruit power, and all the limbs. The art style itself, it just screams like generic anime to me. Not too impressed with that. Like random sand stuff floating around and sakura petals. Background's like an oasis kind of setting, so that's cool. But I don't know, I want to place her high because I like Nico Robin, but I can't deny that this card doesn't really wow me. C? Yeah, I have to put it in C. Right, next card is Mr. 5. So you know how I said Dressrosa was like 8 years ago? I think the friggin' Alabasta Baroque Works stuff was like double that. So there's not a lot I remember from back then. I don't even really remember Mr. 5. So I don't know what his power was. So whatever he's doing in this card, it must be what his double fruit ability is. Something involving a ball and rainbow smoke, maybe? I'm sure with foiling, this rainbow kind of effect on the smoke would look really nice. And these impact sparks. The art itself, the pose, he's just pointing his hand at you. Oh, but the accents on the hair are nice. Yeah, I think with foiling, this card would look pretty nice. A? No, put it in B. I don't think it'll be A. Alright, next card, Pyros. In human form, not in the toy soldier form. I like the foreshortening of the sword. The art itself is really nice too. It's like kind of painterly, but I don't see anything like too off with it. It looks really nice actually. The armor looks like it has dimension, unlike some of the other painterly cards with the weird fur. The hair looks nice too, the texture of the hair, you can tell. Background's kind of boring, it looks like it's just like a brick wall. But it's a black card, maybe that's thematic for black cards, I don't know. There's smoke here, but no random fire or sand, so... what would that make him? Maybe A. Yeah, I can't find anything too wrong with it. Next card is Sabo. So this is probably a panel straight out of the manga that they colored, and they made the background shiny with fire effects, which is appropriate for this guy. Without the holographic, what's the word? Without the hologram, without seeing it in without seeing the holographic version of the card, I'm sure this background would look a lot nicer with that effect. Yeah, maybe this card would look nice in person. For the art, can I really judge it? It's just Oda drawing Sabo. So of course, like every Oda drawn card I'm gonna like. That's why I like the manga. Is that fair though? Yeah, I guess it's fair. Because Oda himself is an artist. So this is an S tier card. Just based on the fact that Oda drew it and they just colored it. Next card is, oops I skipped one, Luffy. Character Luffy. Your 4th Luffy. Card is pretty clean. It's painterly. The fur is small enough here that I can't tell if it's gross or not, so if it's that same artist who did this fur, he got lucky here. I like the smoke effect, really in character of the real Gear 4th, not real Gear 4th, the in manga Gear 4th. The black lightning is a nice touch too. The pose is really dynamic too. One foreshortened arm, and then his legs are really tiny, just like in the official art. The background is nice too, a lot of purple and kind of grayish black. I think that's a good color combination for like really making the purple pop. What else can I say about the background? I can't really tell what it is. This is like a tower. But I just noticed there's like this impact kind of effect here where he's like bouncing through the air. Like that too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this an S. No bias. Right, next is Capone Bedge in his tank form, using his double fruit ability. I like that they included a picture of his normal self here to know, so that you know that this castle guy is Bedge. This definitely looks like it's by that same painterly looking guy who did the Doflamingo leader art. But here it doesn't look too bad as a castle, so maybe he should draw more castles. But he's not really doing anything cool, he's just walking. Yeah, nothing special about this, maybe a B as well. Next card is Sanji in his wedding uniform when he's about to get married to Pudding. Spoilers. His foot's on fire, which is correct by lore when he does his fire kick moves. Maybe it's just his outfit I don't like. I don't know if that's fair, but it's too much white. And then the fire reflecting off of it just makes the whole image like too yellow. But he's a yellow card, but I don't like it. Yeah, actually honestly prefer the regular art for the Sanji more than this. The cake in the background's a nice touch. We can tell it's at his wedding party ceremony. Pose is alright, nothing special, nothing too dynamic. Maybe a C, I don't really like it, to be honest. Right, next card is 9-cost Yamato. I think for this one I like the original art as well, more. But this one's not bad. It's her like typical Yamato pose where she's holding her giant, what is his weapon called? Is it a club? And you can see her boobs. Typical Yamato. Where would that rank him though? Probably an A, just for the boobs. Alright, last card is Character Vivi, 7-cost. Her face looks kind of weird here. I feel like her chin is too long, but that's probably just a nitpick. The pose is not bad, but it makes her look like a dancer. Was she ever a dancer? She danced at one point in the manga, right? So this must be art of that scene. I like how flowy everything is. It makes the card feel very like whimsical, and these like shiny freckles probably look nice with the foiling. Color scheme is really interesting too with red and blue. I like that. Just the face, man. What would that put her? Maybe A as well. Oh, that's all the cards. I didn't put anything in D. Should something be in D? Just so that we have a loser. Well, I kind of compared everything to this leader Doflamingo, and like I said a lot of bad stuff about the Doflamingo as well. And I just kind of talked about how every other card was better than this Doflamingo just because of the fur. So maybe Doflamingo goes in D. Take a closer look at it again. Yeah, he's just really gross, isn't it? And I don't know. Maybe this wasn't digitally painted. It looks kind of like oil paintish, like real oil paints. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah, we'll have Doflamingo in D. D for Doflamingo. And this is how all the other alt arts pan out. Whoops, and I missed two. None of the friggin' One Piece card database sites have like working alt art filters. Yeah, kind of annoying. I literally had to like dig through odd means to like even find that I missed two. I don't know, if you're one of the devs for the websites of the One Piece card aggregator databases, I would kindly ask you to, I don't know, fix your shit. But it's a free website, so I can't complain. But anyway, first card we missed was the 5-cost blocker Sabo. Ooh, this art's really nice actually. The fire makes sense here, if you guys are caught up. I like that in the fire you can see Luffy and Ace. That's a really, really nice touch actually. Wow, they put a lot of thought into this card. And Sabo himself looks great. It's like a semi-painterly style, but it works really well. I like his fist in the background and the giant fire fist. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that he's making with it. This is an amazing card. I have to give it an S. The other card we missed was the 8-cost Rosinante, one of the secret rares of the set. He's holding the OP04 no Mi, and his pose is really indicative of who he was as a character. He was like one of my favorite characters actually. His art style is great. It is that painterly look, but it's not in that gross painterly style like that Doflamingo leader. The fur here looks really great. This is how I wish that fur looked like on the Doflamingo card. Well, the 10-cost Doflamingo has it in the style too. Yeah, like this 8-cost Rosinante and the 10-cost Doflamingo are great. Just the leader art was kind of weird. I like the texture on his pants. Yeah, that smile, man. Makes me remember what happened to him in his flashback, or in Law's flashback. Makes me sad again. This is a great card. I'll put him in S too. I think he deserves S. Alright. How do I edit the tier list graphic in post? So I hope when I get my boxes, I get more of these cards and less of these cards. I guess that's all I have to say for this tier list video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are excited for my unboxing videos. Find out what the box will decide for me to do. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.